Hello and welcome to the Maple Grove City Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from CCX Media. Thanks for joining us with Heidi Nelson, Maple Grove City Administrator. Welcome once again, Heidi.
Thank you.
We have a recent council meeting to talk about, plus a lot going on in the city, plus a lot of things that are a little bit on hold, unknown at this point, so we'll try to do our best to give you the updates as we record this on the Wednesday. The meeting was on Monday, November 16th. It was about 29 minutes long. There was a work session ahead of that about some development. Give us a little recap of that meeting.
Yeah, so we have two development proposals that are kind of in the preliminary phases, a little bit unique, and so we wanted to kind of run them by council and get their reaction before the developer continued to spend any more dollars on these. And one of them is a business development proposal down just south of 694 along 73rd Avenue. There's a parcel there that's owned by Clear Channel that is home to the only two billboards in Maple Grove. We don't allow billboards in Maple Grove, so those are non-conforming uses there. But there's interest in building a smaller office building for an identified tenant. But with that sale, Clear Channel has some interest in what happens with those billboards. Sure. And so we wanted to talk with the council about that. Clearly, there's some legal issues to consider with regard to billboards and signage and whatnot. So the direction from the council was to continue to pursue the small office development, but go back to Clear Channel and talk about something that wouldn't increase in size or brightness or height, that kind of a thing. And so we'll go back to Clear Channel. Not sure how they're going to react to that. I think they had their eyes on something taller and bigger, but we'll see how they react to that, and you'll maybe see that one coming forward in the future. The other piece is a parcel of land. It's actually a piece of remnant right-of-way from the old County Road 30 alignment, kind of situated between the office building there right on 93rd and Upland, and then the gas station just to the north. It looks kind of like a bit of a swale right now. It's the old County Road 30 road alignment, but interest in building, again, kind of a single tenant office building there, or smaller office building. The property to the south, those folks have an interest in doing this. It would add some additional parking. Sometimes at the Hennepin County Service Center there, parking can get to be a bit of a pinch for that building. So the council was open to this proposal, so you'll likely see this one come before the Planning Commission and the council in the coming months. All
right, we'll recap those as they move along the process. Now to the meeting from the 16th, the regular council meeting, again about 29 minutes long. A few items pulled from consent. One was authorization to recruit for police captain. This was something that came up before, kind of a continuation of that discussion. Tell us where this is headed.
Yeah, you'll remember Keith Terlinden retired from this position at the end of July of this year, and so we've been working on how we're going to fill that leadership position, what that should look like. And so this was a request to recruit for that captain position. Council wanted to take a moment to have a little bit more discussion about that, so we'll be having a discussion likely on December 7th to talk about that position a little bit further.
Another item from consent, a very nice donation to the city to help out the fire department. Who is that from?
Yeah, so Walmart is always a great community partner, especially for public safety. So this one was a $1,500 donation from Walmart in support of our fire prevention programs.
One other note, not on the agenda, but mentioned here during this portion of the meeting, was Rice Lake drawdown. Apparently some changes there. Yeah,
so we had gone through the process to authorize that drawdown out at Rice Lake, and then going through the DNR process, there were some Blandings turtles located in the lake or in the areas that would have been impacted by the drawdown, and so they put a postponement on that. Maybe we can consider that next year.
Next point, annual event that happens, kind of a fun part of the meeting related to the fire department. You've had some young people busy making posters.
Yeah, so normally we would have the young student in and their family, and they would receive the trophy and they would get their check award, and so it's kind of a fun night, and they get their poster shown on TV, but we weren't able to do that. They did meet up with him at a fire station in a very distanced manner and got some pictures, that kind of a thing, and presented him the trophy and the check. So this was for Cruz Urbina. He's a fourth grader over at Elm Creek Elementary, so they will get that traveling trophy to be displayed at the school, and so it's always kind of a fun item for the council meeting that happens every November. In addition to that, Chief Bush took an opportunity to just talk about kind of as the numbers continue to increase for COVID and how the city is responding, and of course we're in the midst of, we had the change issued probably in the last 10 days about bars and restaurants restaurants closing at 10 p.m., so that certainly has impacts to our local business. And now we're taping this on Wednesday afternoon, where the governor's going to hold a press conference tonight at 6 o'clock with some further changes to business and youth sports, and certainly impacts our operations on the community center rec side. And so we're really interested in getting some details about what's behind that order. But yeah, I think we're in a time of change here as it comes to COVID and how the state and our cities are responding. So more to come on that.
All right, and a few other COVID-related notes as we move to community development, a few updates there. Again, new measures for the bars and restaurants. Again, we're in place, and bars and restaurants trying to adjust, but again, more news maybe to come. Also, an opportunity to find out more about bars and restaurants and just how you can work with them. The Maple Grove MN Biz. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have a social media platform for our Maple Grove businesses, and if you aren't connected with that now, encourage you to think about doing that. Our staff does a great job of keeping things updated there about new business openings or information about, right now, really important assistance for local business. We've had a couple of things with Hennepin County. Hennepin County had a business recovery program, and the Grove has taken advantage of that. Some additional advertising and promotion during the holiday season. And then Hennepin County just approved another $8 million in support for the restaurant community, and that's in the form of a $15,000 grant. We're going to be working with Hennepin County to get that information out to our business community. But those social platforms for Maple Grove Biz is really a great way to stay up to date with what's going on in the business community, but also for our businesses to stay up to date with what might be out there to help them survive during these times.
All right, we'll give you the city's website at the end of the program. You can find out all of that information there and ways to connect. You mentioned businesses opening. There was a business that opened. Some good news here. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so crazy times to be opening a business, but we're going to come out of this and it's going to be good. So the Great Greek opened on Main Street, and they went into the former Pyology space. It is a fast casual, so they'll be open for takeout here, and you can go in and pick up food. And so I hear it's great. I mentioned last night, Brett Angel, our economic development manager, posted a picture of some of the food. He must have gone there for dinner on the Maple Grove Biz social media page, and it looked great. So we had some great reaction to that. So we encourage people to go out and support that new business.
Stop by and help them out if you can. Speaking of the CARES dollars, we have some stories that came back about the CARES dollars and the impact they're making, and really touching stories related to Maple Grove families.
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of really great feedback from the business community about the business assistance program that we did, but also, you know, our contribution to CROSS for both housing and food supports. There were some really touching testimonies about, you helped us stay in our home. You helped us not lose our apartment. And that was, you know, the very purpose of what we were doing there, was trying to keep people in their housing. So great to have that feedback from CROSS. I know they felt very blessed to be able to provide that assistance to the community, and we were happy to be part of it.
Very good, and certainly connect with CROSS if there are needs that do come up. Planning Commission looking ahead on the 30th, quite a few things coming up, and also into December. Give us a little preview.
Yeah, so we've postponed these projects a few times here. I think last time I was telling you they were going to be considered in the last couple weeks, but still dealing with some access issues over at Avery Park. Again, that's that housing development proposed up off of Jefferson Highway, just south of 610. And then the Roars project. We've got some park dedication issues that we're working through up there. That's part of the Minnesota Health Village project, just west of the hospital. And then the third phase of Botno Ridge. This is the workforce housing project over just off of Hemlock and Arbor Lakes Parkway there. That one will come forward on the 30th. That one's pretty straightforward. And then in December, we'll be looking at a Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh, and that would be over at the Village Arbor Lakes. If you've been to the Hy-Vee out on the west side of town, there's kind of this gas station expanded convenience store, almost like a convenience grocery out in front of the regular grocery store. And it's that concept that they'd be looking at there, kind of on that hard corner. So we'll see that one come forward in December.
All right, we'll pass that along, and as information comes to the council, we'll have that for you as well. Next update from staff was in Public Works and Engineering. I-94 has been the topic. How are things going there? We thought things were wrapped up, but maybe still a little work going on.
Yeah, so they got us back to the regular lane configuration, but they're still doing a little bit of work at the shoulder edge. So this week, just for about a week or so here, they're going to have some lane restrictions midday. So hopefully it won't impact the commute morning or afternoon, just to do some of that shouldering work. And then, you know, most construction projects are going to be wrapping up here. The Thanksgiving holiday is kind of the hallmark closing of the asphalt plants, and so everything needs to get kind of wrapped up that needs that product by then, so it'll see those wrapped up soon.
Those will be coming. And this is a busy day for Heidi and a lot of people in the city of Maple Grove. And your update, you mentioned a couple things happening later on today. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so tonight, November 18th, is the Community Forum on Race. And of course, this year it's a virtual event. Really great response to the event. I think as of Monday, we had about 175 folks registered to attend that event virtually. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this goes down with that many people participating in a Zoom platform. But there's going to be some opening speakers, and then they'll break people out into groups. So we're looking forward to that tonight. And then we'll be hosting the North Metro Mayor's meeting in a we're doing a hybrid. So we have a few people in the council chambers, but many people attending on Zoom for that meeting.
One final note from the meeting on the 16th, a nice note about the Lions helping out in the community as well. What are they doing?
Yeah, so the Lions Club put together kind of some care baskets for each of our fire stations and then for the police department that had kind of some packaged snacks and some gift cards for coffee and that kind of a thing, just to help support our staff during the holiday season. It was very nice of the Lions to do that.
Thank you to them. That's the wrap up from the meeting on the 16th. Now let's move ahead to some other things happening around the city. You mentioned Thanksgiving coming up. That affects city operations in a few ways. What should people know about?
Yeah, so city offices will be closed on Thursday and Friday, November 26th and 27th. And then there's no Maple Grove Transit service on Thanksgiving Day. But then they'll have the reduced route 781 service back on Friday, November 27th. And so all that information is available on our website.
We've spent quite a bit of time over the recent months talking about the budget, and the end is in sight.
It is in sight, yes. So the hearing for our 2021 Maple Grove budget will be on the December 7th City Council meeting. So that's an opportunity to come in and talk about the budget. You should have received your tax statement in the mail by now. I know they went out around the November 12th timeframe. And then we'll come back at that December 21st meeting to adopt that budget and levy.
Okay. Neat program going on in the city, tying into one of the local colleges and one of their students. This is a building mentor program. Give us a little background of how this came to be and what's happening. Yeah,
so we've really tried to partner with North Hennepin Community College to support, employment and careers in the technical fields and be part of that program over there. So our building official, Ann Jacklich, has been mentoring a student at North Hennepin Community College in their school's gender equity pilot program. And so this woman is pursuing study in the area of construction management and building inspection technology, and so it's a great opportunity to come and understand a little bit about the work that our building inspection department does and support people getting into that type of a career. Some job shadowing involved with that as well, a little bit more challenging to do that right now, but we've been trying to make that work. And then in addition, our HR director, Denise Sewell, and Ann also participated in a virtual talent night, which really kind of highlighted career opportunities. And we had an opportunity to talk about the various career paths and employment opportunities that the city has.
Very good. Some neat connections happening in the community. All right, winter is coming, a couple snows, but it's melting, but soon it will stay. Right. And that means we need to pay attention to fire hydrants. Give us some pointers here.
Yeah, so we're really looking for hydrant heroes. The winter months can bring challenges to our Maple Grove firefighters, especially when fire hydrants are hidden by a blanket of snow and ice. So we're just asking for maybe neighbors to consider, adopting a hydrant and making sure that when you're out blowing out the snow in your driveway or shoveling your driveway, you take a moment to go and blow the snow around the hydrant and get that shoveled. Because if there's a fire and our folks have to shovel that out before they can access the water source, that can delay things a little bit. So asking for the neighborhood's help in protecting or cleaning out those fire hydrants.
Great. City's website, again, some information about helping out the fire department in that way. Well, before that happens, we want to try to get the rest of the leaves off, and you're helping out with that. We have a place to take them.
Yeah, so the yard waste site is still open till November 30th, and of course it's free to Maple Grove residents, and information about their hours is posted on our website.
Want to update folks on a couple facilities, the Sports Dome and the Central Park Skating Loop. So again, we have news or thought we had news of things happening, but again, we don't know. What is the latest there?
Yeah, so the dome is up and it's open, and we're working with our Youth Athletic Association partners. They've been in using the dome. We're not sure exactly what that governor's order is going to look like later today, so
Right.
we'll kind of wait and see, and tomorrow we'll be making some decisions about what do we do from a facility perspective. The other piece is the skating loop over at Central Park, and we know that outdoor skating is going to be likely a popular thing this year, so we're working on, as soon as the weather turns and we get cold enough here, we'll start working on those outdoor rinks for sure. But one of the challenges I think at the Central Park skating loop is the gathering spaces, inside the chalet, which is normally, very busy and very full of people. So we're thinking through how we might be able to do that. So more information to come, and of course we'll wait to see what the governor's orders look like tomorrow as well.
All right, we'll keep you up to date on that. Great annual event coming up on December 6th. It's the Angel of Hope event. Give us a little preview of that and how it's a little bit different this year.
Yeah, the event is going to look different. So in a normal year, we would all gather about 7 o'clock in the evening on December 6th for a prayer vigil and for people to come and remember their loved ones. This year, we're going to have families sign up for a specific time slot kind of throughout the day for them to come and honor their loved one. And then we will have staff there with candles to provide to the folks that come. So a little bit of a different, but still honoring that day for the community.
All right, and final note we want to make, again, something that may be a little bit different is the Indoors Farmers Market, but it sounds like things will continue. Where is it and how can people get involved?
Yeah, we think this one's going to be okay here. So because retail is likely not to be touched in these new governor's orders as we understand it. But the next Indoor Farmers Market is tomorrow, Thursday, November 19th from 3 to 6 p.m. So maybe before you head over there, just check on the website or their Facebook page. But that market, they had their last one on last week at the new space, which is in the far kind of east end of the Shops at Arbor Lakes in the former Forever 21 space. And I think it went really well, and it was really well received. There's multiple entrances. It's a big, tall, open space where vendors could spread out, and I think things went really well over there. So we're hoping to be able to hang in over there. So this is the last one before the Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow, and then we'll also have markets December 10th and 17th. But again, just tune in to the website or the Facebook page to make sure things are a go.
Yeah, lots of goodies there, so try to stop by if you can. That was a wrap then for the meeting on the 16th and some of the updates around the city. Heidi, thank you very much again for your information.
Thank you.
Let's leave you with the website because, again, a lot is changing, so you might need to check here for updates. You do see then the next City Council meeting is on Monday, December 7th, 7:30 at the Government Center. Phone number at the bottom of the screen, but that website right in the middle, maplegrovemn.gov. And again, questions or comments for us, you can certainly call our viewer response line here at CCX Media, 533-1710. For Heidi Nelson, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks once again for joining us.